my fellow countrymen of this great Republic of Kenya. We have a big task of posterity to deal with. We take our children to school. From early childhood education to high school to develop understanding and skills necessary for their future life in college and work thereafter. While talking about schools and bringing in the home and community, in what environment and process do we provide our children with the education? These factors determine outcomes of our children's education. Let's get to the ongoing on our young people we call Gen Zees. The generation is like an inflated tire which is under terrific pressure about to burst. Whenever the pressure finds a small outlet, a quick repair is done. This manifests in violent suppression of their attempt to find space in political governance. This violent suppression is practiced in the home, school, college, communities and the wider society. It is the norm, and that is the reason regimes maintain police violence.
What is the catastrophic impact of such violent suppression as has taken place in Kenya over recent past? Psychology tells us as follows.
Political suppression through violence, especially targeting young people, refers to the use of force or coercion by those in power to oppress or silence individuals, particularly the youth, who may be advocating for change or expressing dissent. Instilling fear in a generation can have various psychological and emotional consequences. Some of the potential disorders that may arise from this include 1. Anxiety disorders. Constant exposure to fear-inducing messages or experiences can lead to heightened levels of anxiety. This may manifest as generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, phobias, or social anxiety disorder. 2. Post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD). Individuals who have been subjected to intense fear or trauma may develop PTSD, characterized by flashbacks, nightmares, and severe anxiety triggered by reminders of the traumatic event. 3. Depression. Prolonged exposure to fear and negativity can contribute to the development of depression. Feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and worthlessness may become more prominent. 4. Obsessive-compulsive disorder (OCD). Fear-based messaging can exacerbate obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors as a way for individuals to cope with their anxiety and fear. 5. Phobias. Constant exposure to fear-inducing stimuli can lead to the development of specific phobias, such as fear of certain objects, situations, or activities. 6. Trust issues. Instilling fear can erode trust in others and the world at large, leading to difficulties in forming and maintaining relationships. It's essential to address these issues by providing professional help to the Gen Zs from mental health providers. Therapy can help individuals process their fears, develop coping strategies, and work towards healing and recovery.
If you or someone you know has participated in the protests and met with the wrath of violence and was thus affected by fear-induced disorders, reaching out for support is a crucial step towards healing and well-being. The state should be compelled to provide adequate mechanisms and personnel for the healing of the generation. Schools, colleges and communities are to provide essential healing mechanisms for all the young people. In the context of Kenya, there have been instances where young people have been subjected to political suppression through violence. For example, during political protests or demonstrations, young activists advocating for political reforms or social justice have faced violent crackdowns by security forces. This suppression often includes arbitrary arrests, physical violence, intimidation, and even extrajudicial killings. It is important to recognize the detrimental impact such violence can have on the mental health and well-being of young individuals who are targeted in these situations.